tradition with a twist. That's the mark of a maker.
Yeah, baby.
And welcome back. We're making a meal on a budget today.
Yes, Simon has promised us a meal for four for under a tenner.
Can it be done?
Yeah, you see, it can be done because what we're doing first, we're doing chicken wings. Who doesn't like chicken wings?
Oh, delish.
I'm going to do little oven roasted Play-Doh wedges and a lovely blue cheese dip. So the main ingredients are the chicken and the spuds. You'll get chicken. There's great deals in the supermarkets in your chicken. So for this recipe, you need a kilo of chicken, 900 grams to a kilo. You normally, in most supermarkets, are doing the 2 for $5 deals. Your butchers are doing great deals on the chicken. So your chicken wings, nice and cheap, about $2.50.
Okay.
And then your baby potatoes, a bag of baby potatoes, about $1.50, no more than €2. And then you'll need a couple of cupboard essentials that'll be there, your seasonings and that. But we budgeted this to stay well under a tenner. So the chicken wings, 2 processes of this. We're going to make a marinade first for the chicken wings. So the marinade is very simple. It starts with sesame oil. And it's 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. Very pungent stuff, this. This will fill your kitchen.
Yeah, this goes a long way, doesn't it?
Yeah, with gorgeous, gorgeous smell. So, now, ideally, you want to do this marinade in a food bag, OK? Because you want to leave this then in a bowl, in the fridge, 4 hours at least, but ideally overnight.
The longer, the better. Yeah,
so we have a clove of garlic, which we've crushed in there. And then the last bit is the juice of half a lime.
Okay, nice.
So are we going in an Asian direction?
Well, the marinade is, but then we're going to go back to the good old US of A with a barbecue glaze.
Okay.
It's fusion.
Baby.
Some would say confusion, but it's fusion. So we have our marinade in there. Work that through the chicken. Ideally, as I say, get it into a food bag. Seal up the food bag. Leave it back in this bowl. Ideally overnight, but for at least 4 hours. Now, when we have that done, I shall remove the gloves, having finished handling the raw meat.
Yes, good
And
man.
I should dispose of them safely under here. You all right? Yes, he's grand. He's grand. He's not giving it at all. So, I prepped a tray
Simon
here.
has his kids under
So
there.
we just line a tray. We line a tray with some tin foil and some parchment paper, and just spread your chicken wings out over the tray.
Is that the kilo, Simon? Is that what it looks like?
That's a kilo,
that's
yeah, that's 900 grams, so a little bit more, another couple of wings there will be a full kilo.
Okay.
So what we're going to do then with that is a little bit of sale e pepe, as the Italians say, a little bit of final bit of seasoning, and we're going to preheat our oven to 200 degrees, and we're going to cook them for 30 minutes. Now, we're going to have a second little bit of a process with the chicken.
Okay, so that's stage one. I like the way you break up your cooking segments.
So stage one is done. So that's half an hour at 200. Let that do its thing. We're going to make a glaze then. After half an hour, we're going to brush a glaze over the chicken and then finish it for 10 minutes. The glaze then, we're heading over to the States. We're going with a barbecue kind of vibe here with the glaze. And we start with pan on a low heat.
Okay.
And we start with a cup or 150 grams. I think that heat is on, is it?
That's how it should sound on a low heat.
That's hot enough, Simon.
That's hot enough, baby. So we've got a cup of shop-bought barbecue sauce. Everybody will have a tub or a jar of barbecue sauce in their house. They're nice and cheap. You can get big jars of it. So about 150 grams of barbecue sauce in there. Then we're going to hit it with a couple of tablespoons of good old tomato ketchup.
Okay.
Now, there's lots of different ingredients in this, but we're just building flavours. Layers and layers of flavour. Stir every ingredient through. Then we have 3 tablespoons of brown sugar.
Okay.
So we're going sweetness, sweetness, sweetness.
Could you add some honey in here as well,
You
Simon?
could put some honey in there, and you can put some molasses, maple syrup, yeah, whatever. There are millions of barbecue glaze recipes.
So get creative with whatever you have at home.
This is one that I was given, and I've changed, and I've taken bits out. Like, the original recipe of this called for liquid smoke.
What?
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's a bit chefy.
We're not using liquid smoke.
Yeah.
To cut across the sweetness then, the juice of a lemon. So that's just going to balance out the sweetness. What I want to put in is a little tablespoon of white wine vinegar.
Okay.
More zing.
More zing, but we have sweetness in there with the sugar, remember? And then an ingredient that might surprise you, peaches.
Peaches?
Peaches, yeah. Now, I've done barbecue sauce recipes before with pears. Peel a pear and put them into the tomato sauce, blitz it down. Peaches, 200 grams of tinned peaches, and just drain them and pop them in. And again, we're going back to sweetness and sour, sweetness and sour.
Okay, now is that a unique Simon Delaney.
No, it's not. It's just I did one before with pears, and I saw this recipe with peaches, and it works.
Gotcha.
Now, for a little bit of heat, chili powder. Now, you can be as heavy-handed as you want with this.
Okay.
I like to use about a half a tablespoon. If you like your spices, if you like your heat, you want hot chicken wings, go another tablespoon in
Depends
there.
who you're cooking for, I suppose.
It depends. Leave it out if you're cooking for the smallies, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's our chili. Then we have a couple of tablespoons of soy sauce. Again, we're just trying to find a little balance between sweet and savoury.
Is that a light soy sauce?
It's a dark soy.
Oh, it's dark.
It's dark soy. And then a couple of tablespoons of one of my favourite ingredients, Worcestershire sauce.
Likewise, goes on everything, doesn't it?
So that is the glaze. Now, the way you prepare this glaze, I want you to combine all the ingredients in the pot, then bring it to the boil. Once it comes to the boil, turn the heat down to a simmer and let that cook away for about 10 minutes. Then take it off the heat and let it cool, let it go cold.
Okay.
Then if you have a hand blender or your food processor, pop that in there and just blitz it. And that'll turn it into a beautiful, smooth kind of glaze. After half an hour then with our chicken wings, we take the chicken wings out, we brush the glaze over the chicken wings, back into the oven, 5-10 minutes. The job's done.
Okay.
Happy days?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the order you do it in while the chicken wings are in there. You have the time to
make
do
a
that
glaze
and let
while
it
the
cool.
chicken's in. Now, the spuds. Again, really cheap ingredients. Baby potatoes. Half a bag of baby potatoes. Cook them as normal. Pot of simmering water, a bit of salt. Drain them off, let them go cold. Okay?
Okay.
And then you can handle them. All we're going to do is we're going to halve the potato wedges. You can be as fussy as you want with this. You can go halves, you can go quarters, but this will go a long way.
Okay.
So a bag of baby potatoes cooked as normal and done like this. It's a 2-day recipe because if you don't use them all, chop them up the following day and fry them in the pan with some
lunch.
onions for your breakfast, for your lunch.
Yeah, nice.
Couple of simple ingredients over that. So these are cooked already. We have onion salt. So we're going to go with some onion salt over the spuds.
Are they just on a baking tray with foil?
They're just on a
around
baking
it?
tray with foil.
Ready to go
That's
into the
all,
oven?
ready to go in the
Okay.
oven. A little bit of paprika. So 3 simple little ingredients. In we go. And a little bit of, I'll take that off because it's starting to go on fire. A bit of garlic granules.
So calmly.
That would
He
be
said
ideal.
calmly. And this
Garlic
little thing, this is
granules.
great to have in your store cupboard. Rapeseed oil, but it's a spray one. So 2 reasons you use the spray. 1, you're not just free pouring oil over it and wasting the oil. And secondly, it's better for the figure. And I'm all about watching your figure as well,
Flattening
you
the
know.
curve, Simon.
Flattening the curve, yeah. Now, in the same oven as your chicken, 200 degrees, they go into the oven for a half an hour. Okay, so you've got your chicken on, you've got your glaze on your chicken, you've got your spuds ready to roll. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to make this gorgeous blue cheese dressing. Now,
Okay.
again, there are a million recipes out there. You can take things out of this recipe if you don't like them, or you can add your own favourites if you want.
Okay.
We start with 150 grams of good old Irish blue cheese. Who
Nice.
doesn't like blue cheese dressing? My tip with this is make sure that the cheese has been left out overnight, not in the fridge, because then it'll break up easier when we're mixing the sauce.
Can I
Okay.
ask the question, teacher?
Please do.
Are we not over a tenner?
No, we're not.
We're still under the
No,
tenner.
your chicken's
well, now
about
that's impressive.
Your
50
chicken's,
on the
your chicken's
chicken.
about 250. Your
Yeah.
spuds are about 150. So you're not
Okay.
even at a fiver yet.
Right.
Your cheese will cost you about £3, so you're up to about £8.
Okay.
And then the rest you should really have in your store
Yeah, they're
cupboard.
kind of cupboard, essentially.
Yeah, there's
Condiments and
nothing
that.
out
And
of
you
the
can play with
ordinary.
what
Yeah,
you have.
a tin of peaches is going to cost you about 60 cents.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well done. Brilliant.
So we have our blue cheese in there.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
150.
Important, Aidan, important.
150 grams of blue cheese. Then we're going to add in a couple of tablespoons of sour cream.
Okay.
We're going to follow that. We've only got a minute left. We've got some mayonnaise going in here. We're going to put some garlic in here, clove of garlic crushed. We're going to put 2 tablespoons of buttermilk in there, nice and sour. And just to sweeten it, a pinch of sugar. And all we do is take the back of a fork and you're going to mix that through. Now take your time with it. You're not looking for a mayonnaise consistency.
Okay.
You don't want it to be pure because what you end up with is this gorgeous mix.
What we
And you
have
want
here.
to see that blue cheese in it. So, to serve, we have our chicken wings. We cooked them for half an hour, we took them out, we put our glaze on them for 10 minutes, and we end up with that. bad boy.
Fanfare, please.
It smells fantastic.
And,
doesn't
our
it?
and our potato wedges. I mean, these couldn't be simpler either. These have had a half an hour with the chicken. So there we go. I'll dish these into bowls you can get stuck in. Sticky baked buffalo wings, oven roasted potato wedges with our own spices and our homemade blue cheese dressing.
And all for a tenner, Simon.
All
that's
under a tenner.
incredible. Look at the amount of food you've made as well.
Done.
I'll dish
done.
up.
That's
I'll dish
lovely,
up.
isn't
You
it?
hungry?
Absolutely, we are. Yeah.
I don't think you
Gorgeous.
like these, though, Anna. I think Aidan might prefer these.